A federal judge rules against Georgia Governor Brian Kemp's efforts to clean up his state's voter rolls back in 2018, opening the door to questions of election integrity. However, as One America's Pearson explains, the lawsuit against Kemp is backed by support from serious left-wing activists.
Nearly 2 years after Stacey Abrams lost the election in Georgia, she and her supporters are still claiming the election was stolen from them. And now they're trying to take it back. On Monday, headlines declared a federal judge had dealt a major blow to Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, ruling against him in a lawsuit from nearly 2 years ago. That lawsuit challenged Kemp's removal of some 700,000 votes from the state's voter rolls, which were flagged for serious errors leading up to the 2018 elections. The lawsuit was brought by freelance journalist Greg Palast, with help from Helen Butler, the executive director of the Georgia Coalition for the People's Agenda, a progressive organization that champions left-wing agendas. Federal District Judge Eleanor Ross ruled in favor of Palast, who claimed Governor Kemp used his power as Secretary of State to cleanse the voter rolls to help him win the election. But that's not all. To win their case, Democrats are even bringing in veteran director Robert Greenwald to produce a film titled Suppressed: The Fight to Vote, documenting how Republicans allegedly stole the 2018 election. However, under scrutiny, the Democrats' case falls apart. For starters, this isn't some impartial fight for justice. All of the people involved against Governor Kemp are hardcore left-wing activists, like independent journalist Greg Palast, who has a long history of targeting conservative candidates and even worked with Robert Kennedy in 2008 to claim Republicans were carrying out widespread vote tampering. It's the same for filmmaker Robert Greenwald, who's directed numerous far-left films pushing social justice issues, and whose foundation, Brave New Films, has received serious funding from radical leftist billionaire George Soros. And even Judge Eleanor Ross received her position in 2014 with an appointment from none other than President Obama himself. Now, Democrats admit they're hoping they can overturn the 2018 elections with a legal decision and install the far-left Stacey Abrams as Georgia governor. Abrams, who supports abolishing the Electoral College, also claims that while voter fraud is a complete myth and doesn't exist, voter suppression is somehow totally real, and she's a victim of it.
In response to what I believe was a stolen election. Now, I'm not saying they stole it from me, they stole it from the voters of Georgia.
But despite Abrams' claims Governor Kemp used racially biased methods to suppress black and minority voters, the hard facts tell quite a different story. A report by the United States Election Assistance Commission debunked the claims about voter suppression, and out of 4 million votes cast in the 2018 election, Abrams lost by over 55,000. The commission also found Georgia comes in first place for voter registration, and from 2016 to 2018, over 3.5 million voters registered to vote in Georgia, more than any other state in the nation. These numbers absolutely crush Democrats' claims of voter suppression in Georgia. But if that weren't enough, even black voters say they're not being suppressed, with 12 out of 13 saying they've never experienced any problems or discrimination when heading to the polls. Finally, the lawsuit seeks to prove that Governor Kemp's efforts were unwarranted. However, at the time, audits of the voter rolls showed at least 75,000 serious errors, including 9,200 registered minors, 3,000 voters using fake addresses, 5,800 who were already registered, and 3,400 voters who weren't even citizens. These are the records Governor Kemp was attempting to clean up, which raises the question, exactly how many non-citizens does Stacey Abrams want voting for her? Well, according to Abrams herself, she has no problem with both minors and non-citizens voting in elections. It's not clear how the lawsuit will affect the election in Georgia, but Judge Ross has ordered Governor Kemp to file a brief within 30 days, after which she'll issue her final decision. Pearson, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.